Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name's Charlie and I make handmade polymer clay earrings and accessories for my business called Charrings. Today's video is going to be fully focused on growing your small business and making sales, because I remember when I first started, I was watching so many small businesses on YouTube, packing hundreds of orders. I've done the videos myself, and some people are wondering how you get the sales in the beginning. So this video is going to be fully focused on how I got to the stage that I'm at, with some of these tips that I don't think everybody talks about. One of the main ones for me was passion for your business, and to some people this is probably obvious. You need to love what you're doing. Everyone talks about consistency, but in order to stay consistent, stay motivated in posting content and actually making the things that you're making or selling the things that you're selling, you need to actually enjoy it, because you will soon get bored of it or lose interest in it. And I feel like that happens a lot in small businesses. Statistically, most small businesses close down after 2 years. So in order to keep going after that 2-year mark, you want to be doing something that you love, so that you want to do it rather than just feeling like you need to do it. Because if you're going in it with a quick money attitude, I feel like it's less likely to be successful. I grew my business alongside my full-time job, and there was no way I was going to be quitting my job until I earned the same amount or more through my small business, just to make sure that I really do enjoy it. And it gives me time then to slowly grow my business, learn along the way. I feel like sometimes you just have to learn. You can get some tips from YouTube videos, obviously that is always helpful. And I feel like in this day and age, I started my business 5-6 years ago, and even then there was not as many small businesses about and as much advice as there is now. So you can definitely get a lot of advice from people, but you do need to learn along the way as well. I think some things you can't be told as well, but you want to put the time into your business. That's number one. When you first start off, your quality may be a little lower than in years to come. Obviously, everybody improves every year. Now, this is mainly for handmade businesses. If you're running a different business and selling other things, that will obviously differ. That won't really be the case. But if you're running a handmade business, for example, my earrings when I first started, I thought they were brilliant, and I actually sold some. I have no idea how, but I actually sold some, and the quality was awful. But I priced it quite low then, mainly because I didn't really know how to price my items at the time. But most earrings were either £5 or £7. So studs were £5, danglies were £7. I remember that very clearly. And I did sell quite a few earrings at the beginning, surprisingly. But as the years have gone on, as the quality has clearly improved, then I have slowly upped my prices. So I've never done an announcement to say, from this date, my prices are going to be going up. They've just slowly gone up and up. 2 years into my business, I actually become full-time, because I did end up making enough money to be able to go full-time. But that's when the prices slightly raised. I was doing monthly launches, which meant every launch, if it was a better quality launch, which it usually was more and more, the items would go up just a little amount, just because I know my worth and I know that it's good quality, so it should be good pricing. Realistically, if you look at the bigger picture, which actually baffles me, when you look at small business products, handmade, one of one, and you're getting it for like £20, it's crazy. And I feel like small businesses do not pay themselves enough at all. Like, we literally are asking for the money for the materials most of the time. We are never getting paid for our time. I would recommend keeping your prices to what you feel is worth it. It's so easy running a small business when you're not getting sales to just dip your price right down to like £5 just to get a quick sale. But then what's the point? Because then you're saying this item is not worth the money that I'm putting it at. You should have it for much cheaper. And it makes it kind of look like it's not valuable, or it's not worth that amount in the beginning. Obviously, a sale, sometimes I dip my prices if I'm doing a clearance or I'm doing a little sale, something like that, then that's fair enough. But I feel like if you're trying to make sales and you get frustrated that you're not making any money, to dip your prices sometimes makes it worse. I've done this myself, so I've learned from experience. There have been times where I've been really needing some money, and so I put my earrings at like £5-6, and sometimes it actually sells more if you put the prices up. When I went full-time, I had to put the prices up slightly, and I honestly thought that people wouldn't buy from the collection. Even more people bought, because they can see the value of the item. They know that it's worth that amount. If my earrings are £30, you know you're going to get £30 worth. It took time, there's love and care gone into them. Whereas if they're £5, people have kind of skeptical as to why they're so cheap. So don't just dip your prices to get quick sales. Another thing linked to putting time into your business, even if you're not getting sales, you can still create content, you can still put time into your business. There are always improvements to be made. If I've gone through a stage where I've not got any sales, I'm looking at the analytics in more detail. So I've got more time to do that. I'm looking at the analytics of any content that I've posted. For YouTube, when do people click off the video? What's my most popular videos? Why did they do well? Which ones have got the most comments? What are the comments saying? Go in and reply to the comments. Same for TikTok or Instagram. Go through, make sure you're responding to every comment. See what video does best for you. Look at other small businesses that do similar things to you. See what they're doing differently. Maybe you can get some inspiration. If you have a website or an Etsy shop, there's always improvements to be made. If it's Etsy, add more tags, change your title up, change some photos, take better product photos. If it's your website, make some improvements on there, change the front screen, add some extras on there that you wouldn't usually have time to do. There's so much behind the scenes that you can do, and all these little things are improvements and gonna make you more likely to be able to get more orders, because if you improve your social media and look into your analytics, it means that more people are going to find you, hopefully, if you can improve your content, which then leads to more sales. If you're updating your Etsy, that does notify Etsy that you're still active on it, which will lead to more sales. And the same with your website improvements, just making it more professional, easy to navigate through your website, really quick to be able to add things to their basket and check out. This all improves the customer service and will make your business look more professional, but also give you more sales than the outcome of it. So there's always ways to be able to put time into it. And if you've never got any orders before, then pack a fake one. It doesn't matter, no one's gonna know. Pack a fake order and just say, pack an order with me, and it's content. It is content. Do tips, tricks, anything. There's always content to be made, and content is one of the main things that can drive people to your business. One thing I would always recommend is trying to push yourself out of your comfort zone always. If you're a handmade business, for example, if you have made something and you're really proud of it, don't just leave it there. Always try and do better. I remember making earrings, I was really happy with the quality, I was happy with the launches I was doing, and then every launch kind of become the same quality, same standard. But I always like to push myself, and I remember I really wanted to make some cluster flowers and I had no idea how to make them. I seen one other person do it before, but with like fruits and stuff, and I thought I would never ever be able to make something like that. I'd never be able to carve proper flowers and make a floral kind of arrangement, like a realistic flower, anything like that. And I just assumed in my head I just couldn't do it. But I guess it's just an automatic thing of like, they're more talented than me, they've got the skills, they've obviously done it longer, they know what they're doing, they've been able to put more time into it. But actually, if you try it yourself and put the time in and put the work in, you could probably do it. When I made my first clusters, I could not believe it because I was so proud of myself, and I was like, oh my, I can actually do it, and they've actually turned out really good. And now I sell lots of them. I've got lots of different styles on my website, and they're one of my best sellers, and I sell them for £60, and lots of people are happy to pay that price for them earrings because, one, you won't get them anywhere else in the world, and two, you can see visibly the amount of work and effort and love that has gone into them earrings. So push yourself out of your comfort zone, and I feel like you might be able to create something that maybe you thought you wouldn't be able to. If there's something out there that you've seen or you've had an idea and you don't know if you can do it, just try it, because it will feel so rewarding when you actually do it and it turns out great. A lot of people see small businesses on social media and think it's really easy to make sales. So they jump into a small business, assume they're just going to make hundreds of sales and create a massive business, which, to be honest, some people are lucky. They post like one video and it's gone viral, and I hate them people. Put the work in. But I mean, look, if that was me, I'd be over the moon. But realistically, to grow a business, it does take time. I'm now a 6-figure business, but I've been doing it for 5 years, so it does take a long time to build your business up, get customers to trust you, get regular customers to come in, and you do just need to have some patience with it as well, because it can take a while. Some people, like I say, can blow up overnight. I'm going to do a whole video on that, because it's not all it seems blowing up. Everyone chases that, the going viral moment for a business, but it's not all that it seems. There's a lot more behind the scenes to that if you do go viral, but I'm going to do a whole video on that, so look out for that soon. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. But other ways to keep your business fresh, keep your customers interested. Personally, as soon as I went full-time, I started doing monthly launches because I had the capacity and the time to then do that, because all my time is into this business. So if you don't have that time, just try and do a manageable amount, even if it's every 3 months, even if it's every 6 months. It doesn't matter, as long as you're working towards something new. I would always try and get some new stuff on your website and switch it up a little bit, keep it fresh, keep it exciting for people, because if they keep going on your website and it's the same things over and over and over, they're probably not going to return, because what are they going to return for if they've seen everything and they're not interested in the things that are there, and they've maybe purchased something before and they're looking for something a little bit more like that. If you're never changing it, they're never going to be coming back to buy anything else. And if they're looking for something else, they're going to go to another business who is changing it up and get it from them. Monthly launches definitely has worked. At the moment, I'm not doing that because I've just had a baby, so I don't have the capacity to do that right now. But I am just launching one pair of earrings every now and again when I've got the time to do it. I do have those regular customers. I do have subscription boxes, which keeps my business going a little bit at the moment while I'm in this quieter period. But monthly launches, you could do them seasonal. There are so many holidays in the year that you can focus on. The beginning to the end, some popular ones that I do: New Year's, firework themed, anything like that, gold. Valentine's Day, everything red, pink, heart. You got Easter, we can go into pastels at that point. Anything Easter related, anything spring, tulips, bunnies, anything like that. Spring, you can do a whole spring launch. Summer, you've got a whole summer launch. And then you're moving into Halloween and Christmas, which for me are my most popular times a year. So I always look forward to that the most. They are my biggest launches. They're the best ones because that's what's most popular for me. So I really focus on that. The second half of the year is just fully based on Halloween and Christmas. So if you're looking to do some regular launches and you're not sure what to actually do, base it on the holiday themes. That's like an easy one to go off, but you could also do your own theme. Do different months: a fairy month, a gothic month, a food themed month, a color themed month, whatever it is. There's just so many ways to be able to just keep your business exciting. Posting on social media, I don't want to touch on this too much. I mentioned that in other videos before. If you want to see other tip videos and stuff like that, I've got so many on my channel already. If you go onto my playlist, there's a whole small business tips on there and hacks and stuff. So I would check out that if you want to see more from me about building your small business, because I'm trying not to touch on things I've already spoke about. I've also got a whole video just on social media for small businesses. So if you want to know more about social media, I would check out that one. But posting, staying consistent, keep trying new things. There's so many social media outlets out there: TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. There's Pinterest, which is a good one for small businesses. I don't have the time to do that, but I know it really works for some people. Even going live, you see so many small businesses going live and it really does bring new people to your business. I hate TikTok. I feel like my account is just ruined. It just doesn't do what I used to do. But honestly, I used to go live and I could get about 80 people in there, and there's constantly new people. So like, say this is my live, there's loads of people coming in and there's loads of people leaving, and it's just a constant clockwork of new people finding you. And even if they don't order, eyes on your business is so important. Even if you're seeing loads of website clicks and no one's ordering, maybe they can't afford it right now. Maybe they're waiting until payday. Maybe they've kept your business in mind for a gift for someone else. Maybe it stays in their mind, and when someone says to them one day, "Oh, I really want to get some unique earrings, but I don't know where to get them," and they're like, "Oh, I've seen this business." And it's word of mouth. Just because they haven't ordered, how many times have you gone on a website and you've put loads of stuff in your basket and then you thought, "Oh, I actually don't have any money"? I don't know if that's normal, but I do that all the time. I'm like, what would I buy if I could? But I think just eyes on your business is very important, and it's not always about them actually purchasing, because maybe they will in the future, and maybe that person that's looked at your website is going to be a regular in the future. You just never know. But I think that is as many tips as I can think of for now. Hopefully this video helps you in some sort of way. If you are starting a business, good luck. You'll smash it. Just be patient and believe in yourself, because you can do it. And if you've got a business and you want to switch it up a little bit, even try updating your website a little bit, switch it all up. Just do something different that just motivates you again, brings that motivation back into your business to try and push yourself to get more sales. Like I say, hopefully this helps. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe if you enjoyed, because I am going to be creating more videos like this shortly. Please do like the video, hype it up, and I shall hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!